the break of day. They call me back door Santa. I make my runs about the break of day. Oh, oh, oh. I make all the little girls happy while the boys are out to play. Look at here. I ain't like old Saint Nick. He don't come but once a year. Oh, 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 oh. I ain't like old Saint Nick. He don't come but once a year. But look at here. I come running with my presents every time you call me.
Hello and welcome to the Tie-ins. I'm Johnny.
I'm Cartel.
I'm Mike.
And this week we learned the true meaning of Christmas. Shoveling out shitty tie-in video games. Merry Christmas, guys.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Let's just get it out of the way real quick. We are all godless heathens. We celebrate the real Christmas, which is capitalism, not
Materialism.
anything else.
Yeah.
True, materialism, not capitalism. We don't celebrate capitalism at all. But yeah, so happy holidays to everybody. A lot's been happening since the last we recorded, gentlemen. The Game Awards. Elon Musk burned himself like an idiot. No, I guess that's it.
Yeah, not too much.
Okay.
What you been up to, Cartel?
Rocking and rolling. Last night we had Ben Nichols from Lucero. So, friend of the pod, Jubba, came out last night. And he and I had fun. And then he was like, let's go with Ben over across the street to the other bar. And I went, I'm not going to another bar. It's 1 a.m. I'm going home. Yeah. In my younger years,
night
I
owl.
was gonna say.
In my younger
long
years,
time ago, 1 o'clock was not.
in my younger
time.
years, I would have shut down that bar and we would have gone to an after party and all that fun stuff. But I had been kind of on my feet since like 6 p.m. and just at that point, pretty much wanted to just go home and go to bed. Yeah, I didn't have to mix. He brought his own engineer, so someone drove.
Oh, damn.
Someone drove the show all night. So yeah, and I just had to deal with 6 cables, 6 cables, 2 DI boxes, 2 mics, and get to
A partridge in a pear tree.
get to rock and roll. But I mean, it was cool because we all know Ben because Ben used to live down here for a hot minute, and it was cool to catch up with him for a second.
Right on. Michael, you done anything crazy?
Nothing crazy. Put the Christmas lights up outside. I did go a little crazy actually with that. I put lights on the deck in the backyard, which I realized afterwards kind of sucks because you can't see. They're hanging out like right on the outside of the upper railing on my deck, and so from the inside you can't see it at all. So
It's for the you have a walking path behind your house.
I
for
know,
walkers.
but like from the front lights, you can see from inside the window. Every single time you come home from work, you see them. Reminds you of Christmas. The back lights, I did a lot of work for nobody except the people on the walking path.
Well, I'm coming over tomorrow. So what I'll do is every time I smoke, I'll flick my cigarette into your backyard. That way, when you're out there cleaning up my butts, you'll see your lights.
Mm,
No, not going for that.
No. So yeah, house is decorated externally, and then my youngest son and his girlfriend decorated the house inside. So, and then we bought a Christmas
What did
tree.
they do? Oh yeah.
Oh, well, they just unpacked all the boxes. It's not like they brought their own decorations or anything like that. They
I-
just
I-
took our
I-
decorations and placed them wherever they wanted. So,
Macaroni wreaths.
and the Christmas tree is bought and up, but not lit or decorated yet. And that's about it. So a lot of Christmas stuff.
Right on.
And I also played the Tribes 3 beta.
I still have not.
Oh, oof.
I don't know why I signed up for it. As soon as I got the key, I was like,
I guess
nah.
I'll say this: if you liked Tribes Ascend at all,
Let me
maybe
let me
you like
interrupt.
Tribes 3. Okay, go ahead.
let me interrupt real quick. Cartel, why aren't you yelling at him when he's talking about a beta?
What?
He signed the same NDAs that I have to sign during betas, but whenever I bring them up, you yell at me.
This was the public playtest, though. This isn't.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a.
Yeah.
See,
it's
that's how
public.
far I didn't go in. So I didn't even know. I
No,
got a
2
key
weeks.
and that was it.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago was the 2000 only invite only
Yeah,
beta.
it's whenever you got that watermark on your screen, that's when you can't talk about it.
This past weekend though was an open beta. It was really just called a playtest, so open playtest.
So no good.
I mean, I would say if you like Tribes Ascend, you might like this. It has a very Tribes/Warzone feel to it. You have classes that you spawn in with perks and things like that. Skiing is, I'll say, so far kind of non-existent. I mean, you can ski, but it's not as much as part of the game as it has been in previous Tribes. But I do like that they have a base mode. They have generators. It's a 12v12 mode, so there's generators and turrets and things like that. I haven't seen vehicles yet, but I do think they're planned. In a Tribes game, the physics is so important, and they just, in my mind, they haven't nailed the classic Tribes feel yet. So for me, they got a long way to go.
Right on. I've been aside from playing a bunch of Halo with Cartel, I've been playing Tomb Raider Rise in my back. I got to it in my backlog. Phenomenal game, super good movements. Everything feels good. Looks great. Fun puzzles to solve. I don't like fighting bears, but other than that, great game so far.
What is the fighting system like in Tomb Raider?
What do you mean? It's
Like
guns, bow and arrow.
But I'm trying to remember, is it more like Last of Us? Because it's not really a fighting game. It's more of a puzzle-solving, platforming, like Nathan Drake kind of game.
I mean, it does a nice transition, like from free running, doing all the cool climbing and all that, to when there's enemies around, a box that you just walk past before, you can now like almost snap to and use as cover.
Gotcha.
It was definitely made for controller on a console because I am headshotting every single person, not a problem on computer. So it definitely,
I mean, that's how
has that.
I feel like that's how Uncharted felt. Like, like exactly what you're saying. Like when you're free roaming, it's good, and then all of a sudden it's a cover. Becomes a cover shooter in combat.
Yeah.
So you just take cover and then focus, zoom in, shoot, then take cover again, focus, zoom in, shoot.
Yeah. But it is like The Last of Us in that you can craft like little makeshift grenades out of like cans that are laying around and stuff.
Gotcha.
And you can make Molotovs and throw them like during combat. You do this, and I'm having fun with it. But what I'm really having fun with, I downloaded Game Maker. I'm learning how to code.
I am proud of you.
I made so much progress today. Cartel was like Halo, and I was like, oh, I gotta play a video game. Coding though, I will say, is one of there are other things out there, but it's one of the few things where you can spend 6 hours straight, one, without even realizing that it's been 6 hours.
Yep. And
two, after the 6 hours is over, less things work than when you started.
Oh, yeah. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you're going to want version control so that things like that, you can just be like, you know what? I'm going to blow away the last 6 hours and just go back to how things were. You need the ability to be able to do that, because actually losing progress and losing it permanently, you can only do that so many times.
Yeah, it's
for
rough
your mental health.
But but I made good progress today. I've been doing tutorials, learning it, and what I have been working on for the past like 3 days is what I'm calling my test after the tutorials. I'm testing all the knowledge I've learned just by making a really tiny, really silly Zelda, basically, is what it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there a YouTube channel or a site that you can plug here that you found was super helpful?
Well, the Game Maker website has all the tutorials and everything. And then it also has a support, what's it called? Like chat, not chat.
Do they have their own Discord?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't gotten to the point where I want to talk to other nerds.
Gotcha.
Because like I asked you questions and then you just spat math at me and I was like, that's not what I was asking. But yeah, it's definitely difficult knowing when to use an if variable or an if statement, and I'm having lots of fun doing that.
That's cool. And like I said, eventually the syntax goes away, like the barriers to the syntax. It's just like speaking English, and all you're doing is solving problems in the most elegant and efficient way possible. And that's, to me, that's the really fun part, is just putting together systems in a computer to make cool things happen quickly.
Today I did workarounds and made lots of progress working around the problems and not doing it the elegant way. I was like, how do I get it so that in this room, if I touch this thing, in the next room it spawns the bad guys? And I was like, fuck it, I'll just clone the room and make it so that you go into different rooms, one with bad guys and one without.
That reminds me of that. Was it Skyrim? I can't remember. No, it wasn't Skyrim because it was a train. But I think there was a game where the train was actually a hat on a model. And
is it Fallout?
It might have been Fallout. But, sometimes results are what counts, right? So.
Yep. Yeah, it is like I said, it's a small game. Like, I'm just testing out what I can do. It's an outside, an inside, and then a room inside. That's it. But I'm up to 9 rooms. But yeah, you've been playing anything new, Cartel? I know you just got something in for your Christmas.
I did pick up an arcade 1-up for the first time, and I am a little intimidated about its, what do you call, assembly. I feel like I need to have. I feel like I need to have another person kind of here to help me, and I don't know.
How tall is it?
Well, I mean, the whole box itself with everything in it is 100 pounds. So
that's how I measure height as well.
I mean, the box is like 5 feet by like 6 inches by like.
No, doesn't it say what the cabinet is when you're done?
I'd have to look that up. But I mean, all right. So I looked it up the time, and it ranges from like an hour if you're good at building things to about 2 hours to 3 hours if you take your time. And I went, I'll wait till I have a full day off. That way I can kind of clean the floor around it, make sure there's no litter and stuff, because I don't want to scratch it. Yeah. And then also,
if I'm working with something like that, I lay down towels. Yeah.
That's the other thing is I want to make sure. I just got new sheets, so I'm going to put down some sheets, basically old sheets. Once I'm going to clean the house on the day off, and then the afternoon pop in a movie, maybe something like Godfather or what's that new Scorsese or Tarantino thing? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like some long ass movie.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Some long ass movie, and then probably call someone up and be like, "Hey, you want to put this together?" Jubba already said that he wants to come over and co-op.
Play it, but not help you put it together.
No. He was like already like. I told him I got it, and he was like, "Hey, I'm coming over, and we're gonna co-op beat it." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So
nice.
So he was like, "We'll get pizza, we'll get a case of beer, and we'll just fucking play that thing until it's done." And I was down.
I mean, it won't be that bad because I'm sure you just have unlimited continues.
Mm.
But how often? How much has Jubba played games with you?
Well, I mean, our main problem, honestly, is that we have opposite schedules.
Yeah.
So that's.
I just mean, does he have the back strength to carry your ass through a game?
One where we're just shooting. It's a shoot 'em up. It's basically literally a fucking shooter. It's Duck Hunt.
Oh, the playtest just ended for Tribes. I just got a notification.
You heard it here first. Or you
know when we recorded.
You didn't hear it at all because you didn't even bother playtesting.
Why would I?
All right, so there was that. Been working my way through some Jedi Survivor.
Still, you haven't? Wow.
I've
taken your time.
I've been milking it. There's a new level on PUBG coming to console next week, and the homies at work and I are going to do Mutant Football League. And I've been doing Slaying the Spire at work because
I saw that.
I got a new iPad, and with that, I got Apple TV for
that's nice.
for 3 months. So
You're living like a rich man. Why don't you have your butler put together your one-up machine?
Are you watching anything there?
I realized that I could just watch my iPod catalog, and I was watching some old shit from Comedy Bang Bang. But Jubba was
Bang
like,
Bang.
"Oh, make sure you watch The Silo," and I remember you guys mentioned it last week, 2 weeks ago. So I'm on
That's
that.
pretty good.
I did.
There's a lot of good shows.
I burned through some new season of Mythic Quest, so I'm getting caught up on that.
Yeah, that's a great one.
What is that when you die, your consciousness gets uploaded into a retirement place? What is that show on? Because that's good as well.
I didn't watch it, but my wife watched it.
Isn't that
You're
on
the one
Apple TV? I think Jubba was telling me about that last
I
night.
watched it at Mike's house, so I don't know.
Oh.
It could have been on Apple.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. My wife did. Sorry.
My wife.
My wife.
Instacart just gave me Peacock for the year. Thank you, Instacart.
Damn, son. Everybody just giving you stuff.
So I got Peacock now, and I sought to watch the crazy Arsenal win the other day. So that was tight.
Except that they lost today.
Didn't see that. I was hungover. Didn't see that. But yeah, I've just kind of been all over the place playing games here, there. Still playing eFootball 2024. You know.
Well, it's Christmas time, so I wanted to ask you guys some Christmas type questions. First of all, apparently I am dumb because I didn't know this, but I was going to ask you guys, do you know what the Hess truck is? And did you know that it was every single year a new one?
I believe I know what it is, but I did not know that there was a new one every year.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing, because I had one when I was a little kid, and then I just saw a commercial on Hulu, I think, for the new Hess truck for this year, and it blew my mind. It didn't blow my mind.
I mean,
it was weird. It brought me back to my childhood. I was like, holy shit, I had a Hess truck. I didn't realize it was like a Christmas thing, like an actual thing.
I thought it was just like a Matchbox truck, but I am maybe completely wrong and don't know what it is.
It's bigger. It's bigger than Matchbox. It's bigger than a bread box.
I never had one, so I don't know.
Gotcha. Favorite Christmas movie? Cartel.
Favorite Christmas movie? Probably the one I watch every year with my mom, and that's the Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's a good one. That is a good one.
That is a good answer.
Michael?
Yeah.
So I love
just name a
Christmas
movie.
Story. I love A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Is it my favorite though?
But you're gonna go with Human Centipede.
Yes, you got it.
Hey, wait a second.
Hey, can I change my answer?
If you're doing that, then I want to do Die Hard.
Die Hard is a great one.
I was leaning more towards Christmas.
But I'll go with A Christmas Story. But I also like National Lampoon's Christmas. And if I'm feeling nostalgic, like if I want to go like super old, then the original Miracle on 34th Street.
Wow, you are so weird.
But I just like
I
old
have
movies.
never watched that, and I never will.
You really wait. You've really never watched that? Like that thing's like on television all the time.
Yeah, no.
But I like black and white movies.
I mean, I don't care about a black and white movie. I don't know. Something about that movie has never made. I never wanted to watch it. My favorite would have to be Disney's Christmas Carol with nephews.
That is a really good one. And as a kid, that was my favorite one.
Goofy as Jacob Marley. He yaha-ha-hooies down the steps because he trips on his chains. Good stuff. All right. I already know Michael's answers for this. Cartel. Favorite and least favorite Christmas song?
Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight by the Ramones. Favorite.
Oh, that is a good one. Damn it.
But I could also say King Diamond, No Presents for Christmas. Or Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens.
Oh, that is a good one, too. I didn't even think of that one.
All right. Least favorite. I will also include Little Drummer Boy, David Bowie, Bing Crosby, as played by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, which is an old Funny or Die video, and it's fucking fantastic. All right, so there's that. All right, so least favorite. I know you're all expecting me to go Mariah Carey, but got a soft
I'm not.
Got a soft spot for that one.
That's a great song.
The least favorite, I've got to say, do I have one? That we three kings. That one, which
The
we three.
Chipmunks?
It's We Three Kings.
Oh, I like that one because on Growing Pains, Boner sang, "We three kings, we know what we like, spending Christmas with our friend Mike." And that has been stuck in my head since I was a little kid. So, and I've also spent the last like 4 Christmases with my friend Mike.
Aw.
You say all like you weren't there.
Is that just because of COVID?
What?
The reason why you spent Christmases with Mike is just because of COVID, right?
No, we live really close to each other, and the rest of our family lives farther.
No, yes.
Okay. All right, Michael, go ahead and tell us what I already know.
I'm not. No, because I'm not getting into it.
Mike's a fucking creeper.
It's. We're moving on from that. My second favorite Christmas song is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" by Perry Como. I think it's a classic, and just I don't know, makes me think of all my friends and family.
So I don't know the controversial take of this. What is?
I'm not getting into that one. So
well,
if you want to know, I'll tell it to you.
We don't have to go through how creepy the song is.
Oh,
but
wait.
0%.
His favorite is
creepy.
"Baby, It's Cold Outside."
0% creepy, but we're moving on.
I mean, that's the favorite song? That's it? And by who? Whose version, though? Just OG? Just or
question.
Any version?
OG, well, the OG one is super old, but the second OG version, but I don't remember the name.
Like 60s, 70-ish?
Yeah, like 60s, 50s or 60s.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But for the same reason that I really like black and white movies. I just like that
classic
the classic songs that sound like that, and
massive wall of sound type thing, like Phil Spector produced type thing, or probably just maybe, whatever. Who was Irving Berlin, the Broadway composer, something like that, right?
I was thinking Broadway
he lost
composers,
me too.
Broadway composers, but that's not one that I remember.
But
I was just looking at dates, but it was written in 1944, so the version I'm thinking of must have been in like 1950 or so. But regardless, Perry Como, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." There you go. I like that one a lot. Second favorite song, and least favorite song. I have 2. They're tied.
Oh, really? There's a new one.
Paul McCartney.
Yep, I knew that one.
Oh my God. Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. Yes.
A wonderful Christmas time.
Yeah, and let me repeat that 400 times. And
Mike
then
is
Bruce.
Pissed.
Yeah,
He
Bruce
don't like
Springsteen.
this, but I will sing about everything. Simply having.
Oh, Santa Claus is coming to town.
What? Really?
Santa Claus coming. Yeah, you got
so
that.
Good. It's so good.
You got that
So
boss
bad.
drawl.
Oh God. Yeah, so that's my other least favorite. And normally, I got no problems with Bruce or Paul, but I hate their Christmas songs.
Get them out of here. All right.
What about you, Johnny?
My favorite, I was trying to look up my least favorite, find an actual least favorite, and I just stumbled upon "Backdoor Santa" by Bon Jovi, which I have to give a listen to. It might become my favorite. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it.
Backdoor Santa.
Yeah. He's got some gifts in that sack. My favorite is "Christmas, Baby, Please Come Home." My favorite version is the U2 version, because that's the first version I heard when I was a kid. And that's a damn good song, even not during Christmas.
You weren't a kid when YouTube came out.
You too.
Oh, I was going to say, what
The Irish band.
You too. Okay, gotcha. It's like,
You weren't
what
a
the
kid
hell?
when U2 came out?
That was brilliant.
Who would perform the YouTube version?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about the one that went like viral or something. I thought it was a little weird.
Oh, sorry, you gotta edit all of this fucking laughing out.
Why would I edit you finally laughing out? Whew.
Oh, guys,
All
I'm
right,
listening. I'm listening to Backdoor Santa.
how is it?
The intro is pretty good.
Is there a Van Halen Christmas song? I feel like there's a Van Halen Christmas song.
Whoa!
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, this is a dirty song. I make all the little girls happy while the boys are out to play. Is it bluesy? I'm just reading the lyrics, but the lyrics seem like a blues.
I wouldn't call it bluesy.
But anyway, my least favorite is any song that emphasizes the God aspect of Christmas and not the family aspect of it. Because who gives a shit? That dude ain't real. Sing about Backdoor Santa. He's real.
Like, Oh Holy Night?
Yeah, don't care for that. Plenty others that just nobody even knows what the fuck the words are to because they're just about God and nobody cares. Okay. Cartel, I think you've talked a lot about this because you have talked a lot about spending time with your mom. What is your favorite Christmas tradition?
Oh shit. So growing up, we'd have to go caroling and stuff, like whatever, and like eventually that turned into volunteering at the church, whatever. And then one year, my mom decided to start taking us to the oceanfront to go through that light show.
Yeah.
So
In Virginia Beach, there's a light show on the oceanfront
so
drive.
So it wasn't like I complained, but it was also just like you just sit back there and just for just for an hour you're sitting in the car chilling, doing nothing. I mean you're literally just doing nothing, just other than don't these lights look cool? Yeah, I guess I can't really see them. I'm looking through the window, listening to the soundtrack that they provide, whatever. But one year she started tricking us. And instead of going to the light show, she took us to Dave and Buster's.
Ooh.
And
The one at Lynn Haven Mall?
yep.
So, I wired that when I was an electrician.
Well, hell yeah.
Place burned to the ground.
Wait, gone?
No, it didn't really.
Oh, oh man. So every now and then, or sorry, not every now and then, but now the tradition is whenever we go back, she just takes us there. She's like, let's go look at some Christmas lights, and I'm now like, hell yeah, let's go. And she takes us there, and it's the coolest thing because they just sit around, and eat food, whatever, and we'll play like one racing game, like we'll do the Mario Kart, all 4 or 5 of us, whoever's there. And then
I've never actually been.
And then my mom and dad just kind of go back to a table and I'll sit there and order beers on the tab. And my brother,
You can't get moms to play some skee ball?
she doesn't like. My mom will play racing games and what's the other game she likes? The
Matchy Candy Crush.
Yeah. Well, there was a big Candy Crush one, and she saw that and she did play that for a bit. But she doesn't like playing as much because she wants us to use the coins or tokens or whatever, because you load up cards now.
Yeah.
So she just like hands us all the cards, and then we just turn the cards back into her. And throughout the year, whenever they go on sale for, I think it's AARP, like they get them for like half off, they can load them up. So she just loads them up throughout the year. Yeah. So then we just play games for a good few hours and win prizes. Usually my brother and I look at a prize and go, all right, any of those things you want or need? And then we kind of try to win that on any of the ticket prize things.
Word. Mackle.
Oh man, we have a lot of Christmas traditions. It's hard to pick a favorite. Say some of them were introduced to me that weren't like part of my family. That was like as I dated and then married my wife.
My wife.
Her family had some traditions like where they would they would wrap all of the presents the night before Christmas, which like my family was always way more practical. Like do it
Oh, really? Your family was more practical?
like I mean not you do it like a month ahead of time, or like as you buy and like as you get them, so you only have one or two to wrap at a time. But I thought it was a lot of fun. Just staying up, until 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, wrapping presents all night, doing it all in one big
Was it
marathon session.
was it a Christmas night when you almost killed me? Or was that Easter?
I don't know. I don't remember. Impaled you on the seesaw?
Yeah. I was putting all my weight on it,
It still
trying to
wasn't
get a
moving.
piece to snap on.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
going.
Mike just jumped in the air and butt bombed my back.
And you know what? It worked.
It did work. I'll give you that.
It needed a good jolt. Just a little something extra, and that's what I had. But yes, moments like that come about from being deliriously tired. But however, in our older age, we've stopped doing that. We take the more practical route and wrap as we get things now. So we don't do that the night before Christmas. So that tradition stopped. One tradition that we've kept going the entire time that I do love, but it has also gotten a lot shorter as the kids have gotten older, is we all go as a family to go get a Christmas tree, and the local place has free hot chocolate and free popcorn, and we wander around and look for like the perfect tree, which used to take a long time, and it was always fun because there was a big fire pit there, so we'd hang out by the fire if it got too cold. But everybody's like an expert at picking trees now. Like we walk in and 3 minutes later we've got the best tree in the lot and we're out of there. So it's still awesome that we do it as a family, but I mean probably everything is just cooler when the kids are a lot younger and you can look at
Yeah.
So but I guess that's my favorite one probably, and one that we've never missed up to this year. This year we were still able to do it complete as a family, every single kid there, so that was cool.
For me, I don't know if it's really a tradition, but when I was a little kid, my family had this ornament that you would plug in, and it was a bird whistling super fucking loud and obnoxiously.
Yeah, I know all about that one.
And that meant it was Christmas morning, and you were allowed to come down and start opening presents. And that every time I hear that sound, it brings me back to all Christmases past. And it's a horrible, horrible sound, but it makes me very happy. I feel bad. We're running long, and I started the Christmas questions without bringing up that at the Game Awards, good friend of ours, been on the show, our only guest. We almost had a couple more, but we couldn't get our shit together. Our good friend Troy, the game he's been working on was announced at the Game Awards, Last Sentinel, and it looks great. It was just a quick pre-rendered video, but I went to the website, and it is a story-driven, single-player, open-world action game, and I'm all about that. It looks great. There's androids. It's in a reconstructed Tokyo, decades in the future. It looks great.
Yeah, the setting looks awesome.
So hopefully we can get next season we can get him on talking about that when more information starts coming out. Any other Christmas shit you guys want to get off your chest?
How do you feel
I don't.
about the Elf on the Shelf?
I'm gonna hop right in. I don't have
Okay.
children, don't have family. Elf on the Shelf. I'm pretty sure I didn't have one. Didn't have it growing up. Became a thing.
I don't think so.
Became
It
a
was
thing.
invented after we were kids.
I was gonna say it became a thing after my childhood, so I have no opinion on it. So next.
I'm gonna say I'm all for it. I hate the memes. I don't need to see your Elf on the Shelf joke. Keep that to your family.
With the little peppermint poop and things like that.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, Michael?
I grew to like it. I thought it was not. I mean, it was like a new thing that got invented for the sole purpose of, selling these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it didn't come from my childhood. There was no nostalgia to it. It was just, here's a way to make more money by getting kids to believe
But
something else.
that is all of Christmas. I mean,
But,
Rudolph.
yes. Yeah. But it was actually pretty fun to do with the kids and to hide it around the house, put it in a new spot and come up with a new spot when they weren't looking. So it did actually turn out to be fun.
What do you think about Snoop on the Stoop?
I'm unfamiliar.
It is Elf on the Shelf, but it's a Snoop Dogg doll, and they call it Snoop on the Stoop.
Gotcha. No.
All right. And with that, let's take a quick break and move on to our movie. Our Christmas movie was Home Alone this year. Where's my thing? There's my thing. And we're back. Home Alone is a 1990 American Christmas comedy film directed by Chris Columbus and written and produced by John Hughes. It stars Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, Catherine O'Hara, John Hurd, John Candy, let's see, Kieran Culkin, Macaulay's little brother's in it, Michael C. Morona from, God damn it, what was that Nickelodeon show? Pete and Pete is in it. Yeah. What do you guys think about some Home Alone? Cartel, would you like to break down the premise of Home Alone for us?
Family is negligent in leaving a kid behind for vacation. Kid somehow recognizes a cop is not a cop and yet a bad guy.
Somehow. Is this gold tooth?
And, okay. Yeah.
Okay, smarty. You got me.
Also, all of a sudden becomes a hygiene expert.
I have in my notes that it would take way longer than even a week before a kid became responsible. That kid would be so sick from eating junk food and wrecking the house before he was like, all right, I need to start living like a real person.
But it turns out micro machines and tar and feathering your house can prevent it from burglars.
And I don't know what kind of micro machines Kevin McAllister had, but it is entirely impossible to slip on a micro machine.
It'll hurt.
Unless it would, if you're barefoot, it would hurt, but you would not slip. If they're not marbles, they're not Matchbox cars. They are micro machines. Your foot would just envelop it and still touch the ground.
So are you saying that shot is inaccurate?
I'm saying the whole movie is shot, thrown out because of that inaccurate science.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Yep. Piece of shit movie. Piece of shit writers, actors, directors, because they got micro machines wrong.
Yeah. I will say this: there is one kick-ass polka band throughout the movie.
That there
Oh,
is.
yeah. Yep.
And what else?
See, I see the movie as a kid gets his Christmas wish, and a mom spends her holidays on a quest to meet John Candy. No?
Okay.
It's a good quest.
How different would the movie have been, and how bad would the mom, Kate McAllister, Catherine O'Hara, have felt? The first thing he does when he realizes his family's not there is jumps on the bed eating popcorn. How different of a movie would it have been if he choked and died right then?
Ooh. All right. Can we talk about how
Sorry,
Uncle
that's
Frank,
what I wrote in my
Uncle
notes.
Frank is like the cheapest dude.
Fucking piece of shit. Do you guys have a piece of shit like that in your family? What a fucking dick. If there was someone like that in my family, I would have fought them already. And they would not be around anymore. Yeah. As soon as you call a little kid a little jerk with seriousness in your voice, you're out. You're out. Because kids are little jerks, but it's not their fault. They're kids. Their brains aren't developed. But yes, he's also a cheap ass.
Your dad's paying good money for this shit.
Stealing airline salt and pepper shakers. So you didn't even bring up the Wet Bandits, really.
Who are they?
What?
The two dumbest criminals.
Are they that dumb? Or do they
Yes. Here. All right.
or
Here's what throws.
do they not realize they should move on from that house and just go to another one?
Here's the inaccuracy that really shuts down the movie for me. Any criminals that are doing their due diligence, as the wet bandits are, going to each house dressed as a cop, getting all the information, staking out the houses, would never pick a street where every single night an old man is out there salting the sidewalks. You're gonna get busted.
Yeah, neighborhood watch.
They would have moved on already. And no problem. Macaulay Culkin's fine. Wet bandits are in a different neighborhood. Everybody makes it out happy.
I'm just saying, yeah, you're like, oh, there's some dude in that house. Guess what? We got to skip that one. But let's get all the other 9 houses that are on this block. But I get it,
But they had already hit them.
I will say this, though. We obviously, since Uncle Frank's the cheap ass, obviously Macaulay's dad is like a millionaire, billionaire. He's a tycoon of some sort. Because we don't really actually know.
That's a big house, and that's 4 first-class tickets plus all the coach tickets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we look at all the kids, the whole family, all that. Like, and if Pops is taking care of it, he's got to be like some tycoon.
And they said that was their prize house. Was the McAllister?
They said,
yes,
I have this in my notes. They said that was their silver tuna. Is that a saying? Because they say it multiple times that this house is their silver tuna.
I don't know. I'm not a
Maybe
fisherman. But if you teach me to fish, I probably won't fish because I don't like fishing.
I love fishing. I don't love touching fish, so I had to stop.
I just looked it up on Google, and the first link is Urban Dictionary, which references Home Alone.
Okay, so they made it up.
Yep, there you go.
It was a placeholder John Hughes wrote, and it just made it all the way through.
Joe Pesci came up with it on the spot.
I'm assuming the reason that house is their silver tuna, though, is because they know in the attic of that house is a Chicago flag, and they need to get that Chicago flag so that they can hang it in their houses. Me and Cartel had this conversation. My partner was nice enough to point out that I was, in fact, wrong, Cartel. Yes. Because people who put up pride flags are not pieces of shit.
Yes.
But anybody who puts up a city flag of the city they live in their house, guaranteed piece of shit.
Now, I want to agree with you here, but also, like, you don't know people from Chicago, really, is what you said.
I don't want to if they're hanging flags in their houses. Nobody gives a shit about your city flag. Get out of here.
I mean, maybe it looks really cool.
I mean, here's the thing: Chicagoans are a different breed. They're like New Yorkers.
They're part of a new breed.
Yep, and like New Yorkers are all. I'm a New Yorker, but also like there's 5 boroughs. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very territorial thing, and
meh. Don't care.
I mean, I know people who are from the North Side who support the Cubs. I mean, sorry, from the North Side who support the White Sox. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, yeah, I should be a Cubby fan, but I'm a White Sox fan. Like, the North South, the suburbs.
You're saying nothing, man.
I know. You're not.
Nobody cares.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. But anyone from Chicago, if they're listening, I'm on your side. Like Chicago.
Hey,
I've spent some time there.
Be proud of where you live. Support whatever sport team you like.
The Bears.
You hang a flag in your house, you're an idiot.
No. Because guess what? I got one in my house right now. Not a Chicago
and
flag.
You're an idiot.
I have a Florida flag because I'm pretty much Florida man. So Chicago, we're cool. I want to see you more often. Southwest tickets go on sale. I'm up there. Let's hang out, Chicago. Fans of the podcast, hit me up. We'll go the empty bottle. I got a round.
The scene where he's timing out when he says silver tuna and he's timing out each house as automatic lights coming on. What are the odds that all those houses' automatic lights come on within seconds of each other?
I mean, that is I must say. All right, so back in I still have those analog timers. That's what I use on my house for my lights. some old ass analog timers.
And I understand there wasn't, there wasn't cell phones, so they weren't connecting to a central time thing. But still, seconds apart, that makes it even less likely that they'd be seconds apart.
Yeah, agreed.
When Kevin sets up all the mannequins and whatnot, apparently they have tons of mannequins in their house.
Because she is a seamstress.
Whoa, all right, I missed that.
Yeah, she has 2 sewing machines.
Yes.
And like there's fabric everywhere.
I missed that. But that Michael Jordan cutout, I had that when I was a kid, and my sister shot it with a BB gun till it was ruined. Cool, huh?
That sucks. That could be probably about
worth a shit ton of money right now.
$500 right now.
I had a real boomer moment when I was watching this movie, and I wrote down in my notes, and I was like, I'm not going to say that on the podcast, but here goes. I wrote, all those groceries for $20? And then I was like, wow, I'm old.
Times were simpler back then.
I mean, he did have a stack of coupons, right?
He had 1 coupon.
Oh, okay.
For the orange juice. One hell of a coupon to make all those groceries $20.
Damn.
Are we missing anything that you guys wanted to hit on here? I mean, everybody's seen Home Alone. Everybody knows
Do you
Home
guys
Alone.
remember the first time you saw it?
I don't remember the first time I saw it, but I mean, I remember liking it a lot when I was a kid.
Do you guys see
One
it in
thing
the
I had in my
theater?
notes, though, I did see it in the theater, I think.
I have no recollection.
I know I saw it in the theater in Hawaii. That's why I'm like, it's just like one of those things of like, I think we went to church and then mom and dad took me and my brother out to the theater and we watched that. And then after the movie, we all went home and went to bed.
I don't remember it taking so long to get to the burglaries actually starting to happen.
Yep.
Like, it took forever for them to get on the plane, and then forever of him just running around the house. It was like 3 acts, kind of. Like, I don't remember the 3rd act taking so long to get there. Because that's all I remember from the movie when I was a kid. Was just like really liking all of the cool traps that Kevin put up and everything like that. I don't remember the first 2 acts taking so long.
Okay.
And I can't believe as a 10-year-old I sat through it and thought that was a good movie.
So for anybody who pays attention to or likes to count this, 30 minutes and 102 minutes is both times they say Home Alone. They say the name of the movie. Yeah, I have absolutely no recollection of when. I know I saw it. I don't know if I saw it in the theater. I don't really remember anything normal from I only remember weird shit from when I was younger. So there you go. Like while I was asking you guys what traditions, I was like, I don't know what traditions my family had. Yeah, I was struggling. Let's go through, and I want you guys to decide who gets hurt worse, Harry or Marv, Joe Pesci or Daniel Stern. Okay, so
Is this like collectively or one at a time?
I'm gonna hop back and forth between the two.
Okay.
Of what happens to them. Well, let me skip ahead. Both of them get Tarzaned into a brick wall. Both of them trip on micro machines, and both of them get a paint can to the face. Harry gets shot in the nuts, and
with the BB
Daniel
with
Stern,
the BB
Marv,
gun, with the BB gun.
yes, and Marv gets shot in the head.
Between the eyes, the head,
Forehead.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe Pesci slips on the ice on the steps 3 times. Daniel Stern slips on the ice on the steps, but his steps look further.
And then he has a crowbar fall and hit him on the head.
Yes. Joe Pesci gets the hot handle. Marv gets the iron to the face. Joe Pesci gets flame hat. Marv gets a tarred nail through his foot. Joe Pesci gets tarred and feathered. Marv gets ornament foot.
Like Bruce
Harry
Willis.
gets tripwire and a crowbar to the chest, I think. That's what it says.
He did.
Daniel Stern gets a spider on his face and a crowbar to his arm. Which one gets the worst of it all?
I think it's an equal tie there.
Yeah, it's tough because Marv with the nail through the foot is serious.
Yeah.
The iron falling two
So-
stories.
I've had a nail through my foot.
The nail through the foot, and then he goes on the ornaments. He goes on the broken glass.
Yeah, and he stands on the broken glass and the iron that falls 2 stories to hit him in the face.
Yeah.
But
that stuff. But then
Joe Pesci getting the handle, the M,
He gets-
branded into his palm.
the M
And his head set
And
on fire.
and
his
the
head,
head.
yeah.
He gets burnt
tell you-
to the crisp.
I'll tell you what, for me, settled it. Harry got a spider on his chest. Marv got a spider on his face. Marv got the worst.
I don't care about that. Both of those to me are a 0 on the violence scale.
Crowbar to the face, crowbar to the whatever. But I mean, getting burnt, that's really like nothing's cracking with that crowbar. You know what I mean? Like the way they're swinging, it's not
Yeah.
breaking anything. But the burning, I think I gotta lean towards the burning of the head, burning the hand.
All right,
Over
well then
the broken
I'm still gonna go with Marv because a tar nail through the foot, getting all the tar inside the wound, then ornament glass inside the wound. Not to mention he's walking all around outside. He could possibly lose his foot. Still saying it's Marv that gets the worst. Michael?
Break this
Man,
down.
I was gonna say tie. I don't know if I can decide. If I think about
Pop music.
lasting pain of who got it worse, because I think they're about equal in the moment
In the
of
moment.
who got it worst.
All right.
But I feel like the burns are going to take longer to recover from, especially the hand. Like he was branded. He's got an M in his deep in his palm.
I mean, that is a feature in the next movie, right? Like he does.
So,
Remember
don't
this?
Why
So
are
I'm
they
gonna
the
go-
sticky bandits in the next movie?
I don't remember. Is it
My
gum?
partner asked me,
Is it gum?
but
I don't.
I don't remember.
It's the sticky bandits because they use that like sticky substance on their gloves. I don't remember now. Fuck. Don't maybe watch that movie.
Not this year. This is our one Christmas special, okay?
Good.
All right.
it's-
Oh, go ahead.
I found it. It's because they wrap their hands in double-sided sticky tape to steal money from the donation buckets.
That's right.
It's fucking brilliant.
That's right. So they go to the Salvation Army bucket and just.
I like it.
That's the sound of double-sided tape, by the way.
Yep. Cartel, would you recommend Home Alone the movie?
Of course. What? I mean, who hasn't seen
Yeah,
it? And
that's
also,
it. I have to ask the question because that's what we do here. But of course, yeah. Michael.
Yes, of course. And also, I don't think we mentioned how awesome Catherine O'Hara is from Beetlejuice. The mom, she's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all-star lineup. I mean,
Yeah. So
and even
John
the
Candy
even
as
the
well.
exactly
The kids.
that's what I'm saying. Like even the guest characters,
Yeah.
are great.
Um,
Like I mean, everything the writing, the director, the guest characters.
I know Cartel was really because Cartel cheated watching this movie. By the way, he played video games with we played Halo together while he watched this movie. I know Cartel really loved Larry Hankin as Officer Balzac chomping on them donuts.
Just chomping away.
also, Cartel, you did not mention the score. Who wrote it?
Score for this
Oh
one?
yeah, great music.
Yeah. Super memorable score. Who was the biggest movie composer of that era?
Oh, is this the Danny Elfman?
He sings for
No.
Oingo Boingo. No,
Oh.
it's not Danny Elfman.
Oh, it's the other one. It's
It's John Williams, right?
Yes, John Williams.
It's Star Wars man.
Yep.
really John Williams did this one.
Yep.
I don't think I remember that.
But yeah, very good, memorable score as well.
Yeah.
I don't think
yes,
I actually don't think I knew that.
I
Okay.
recommend it. Classic holiday movie.
Yeah, I remember. I specifically I started watching the movie and I was like, this sounds like Star Wars, and I looked it up and I was like, damn, I'm good. I only know John Williams and Danny Elfman, so it had to be one of those two. I of course would recommend it It's fucking Home Alone, guys. I would not recommend Home Alone 3 or 4, and I don't know about the new one that just came out. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about not one, but two really shitty Home Alone games. And we're back. This week, this Christmas special, we played 2 Home Alone games. We played the PC home game and the Sega Genesis Home Alone game. What do you guys want to start with?
Let's start with PC.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
All right. In the PC version of this game, you start out, you have an hour. I don't know how long it is in actual time, but
I think it's
just
5
like
minutes.
in the movie, you have an hour to run around the house and set traps. Then your only job is to avoid the wet bandits and lure them into your traps and hurt them just enough so that they give up.
Now, from the description, to me, this was like, I was like, oh, tower defense. This could be cool. Oh boy, I was wrong.
To be honest with you, setting the traps and everything was cool. It was old keyboard controls, and I don't have a number pad on my keyboard, so I
Yep.
could not jump.
Same
What
here.
is wrong with you people?
You want room
I have
for your
my-
mouse
Yeah, I
without
got
offsetting
my
your keyboard too bad.
My little gaming keyboard. Oh, I still have a wide stance, but
Don't you all like have a keyboard that came with like your motherboard or box or?
yeah, I got one in the closet, but I'm not digging that out for a fucking Home Alone game
Yeah. Same.
just so I can jump. I got the gist of the game, okay? But yeah, setting the traps was actually kind of cool. You pick up toys and blow torches, and then like certain objects you would have to put in doorways, certain objects you would put under a window, or
But
in front.
I didn't like that you couldn't choose. Like, it told you where to put them. Like, you picked it up and it highlighted.
But you could, like, there were groups of objects, basically. Like heavy, and then like blowtorch and stuff go above doors. And
Right,
then
yeah.
trippy things go on the ground. So you could do it that, like, you were able to choose that way.
Yeah.
If it told you to put a skateboard down somewhere, you could also put marbles down right there.
Right.
But yes, it did tell you where to put everything. It's quite easy.
Yeah.
But then, it cuts you off 3 minutes early. By the way, I was watching my time, and I was like, shit, I got a couple more traps I can lay. Cuts you off 3 minutes early. Then you have to avoid the wet bandits. Michael, how long did you avoid the wet bandits?
21 seconds.
Cartel, do you have a time?
Nope.
Did you play?
Nope.
What are you're
Son
talking
of a
about
bitch. I
the
knew
numpad?
it. I knew it.
You're getting on us about the numpad and you didn't even play?
Did you watch a playthrough?
I did.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I was less than 21 seconds. I was standing by a door. As soon as it started, they walked in and grabbed me. And I
So-
said, I'm not playing this again. But-
I bet that I could have got more than 21 seconds if I had a numpad, because after setting up all the traps, I ran to the top of the house, but since I couldn't jump over any of my traps, I set off all my own traps.
if you combined the trap setting of this game with the multi-house traversal of the Sega Genesis game, I want to go as far as to say that might be a good game.
Look, I think they should lean into the tower defense aspect of this. Give us a little bit more freedom. And yeah, and what you're talking about would be a twist on a tower defense game. I've got 5 different towers that I need to defend, and I have to, efficiently get to the correct house to defend it based on, where the wet bandits are going. So I think you're onto something there.
Yeah. But yeah, so I do not recommend the MS-DOS Amiga version of Home Alone. To be honest with you, I know it's not a good game, but playing these 2 Home Alones made me miss the Super Nintendo Home Alone. Like, that felt, I know it's probably nostalgia, but in my mind, I remember that being more of a game, something you could play. These felt like, I don't even know, like a list of errands you had to run.
And the PC one was just like way too easy, like you were talking about. Like just, I mean, a little kid, super little kid could do this. Like walk up to it with the keypad, press the button to pick it up, press the button to put it down, and that's it. Like it tells you exactly what to do. I cannot imagine this being fun more than twice for a kid. Like there's zero replay value to this.
Yeah, agreed. I would not recommend giving this a shot. Cartel, would you? Even though you didn't play, you son of a bitch.
Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be like me. Just don't do it.
What an ass. Michael?
Yeah, don't do it. Not good.
All right, let's move on to the Sega Genesis version. For some reason, in the Genesis version, there's 4 houses?
I think 5.
Sega Genesis.
I thought I remember there being 3 on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know. I never actually made it to all the houses.
I know it's multiple houses. That's all I remember.
Yeah. I know there's a broken down house where a spider runs wild and can hurt you. There's a future house where a robot maid will attack you and electrocute you. There's a haunted house where a ghost will attack you.
Yeah,
and I don't remember.
I got attacked by the ghost.
I don't remember the 4th one. But for some reason, you start this game on a sled with fucking super speed.
Oh yeah.
And you just cruise around your neighborhood going from house to house. It's actually, until you learn exactly how to do it, it's very hard to get into a house. Almost to the point where your first playthrough, you might not even get into a house.
The trick is to let go of everything at the stoop.
Yes, it is. Meanwhile, the wet bandits are driving around. You can see them in the van, so you know what house they're at. You have to set up traps to hurt the bandits, and depending on how much you hurt them is how many cops show up, I think. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, you have to hurt them enough so that they leave that house before they take all the goods and flood the house. Right?
Yep.
There's a crafting system, which they should not have gone into doing. That's too much for a Home Alone game.
I didn't know this. If the player wishes, he may disassemble any of Kevin's weapons into component pieces for that.
No
crafting.
Disassemble.
Yeah.
No disassemble. Johnny 5. Cartel, did you play this one?
Guess what?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was even for your system, the Sega.
That's why I picked it. For you. You're a Sega man. And you didn't even play it.
I did not. I watched the video.
Ooh, buddy. And you had like tons of time. We've been off for a while.
Yes, but also I've been working a lot.
Everybody been working, brother.
I've been working a lot, and I mean, I got that raise, so I've got to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
So you bought Home Alone for Sega Genesis? Is that what you mean by taking advantage of it?
Yes, I'm now owner of Home Alone, the franchise.
It's quite a raise.
Was it like a golden ticket inside the Sega Genesis cartridge?
Yep, that's how it works.
It was like you now own the franchise.
Yep. They went, hey, guess what? You're Home Alone.
John Hughes
You're home.
John Hughes
you're
tricked you. He was like, you lose.
He's like, you're Home Alone now.
Look at you. You're home alone now. You're home alone. Would you milk you?
Ring, 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 ring.
No.
Ring.
Don't answer it, Mike. It's a telemarketer.
Hello?
The real joke is Cartel does not remember what character this is. So he has no idea what to say next.
I'd like to speak to you about your car's extended warranty. Do you have time for that, Mike?
Hang up.
Wait, are you telling me to hang
Wow.
up, or are you going to hang up?
His phone actually says hang up when you hang up. That's weird. Mine just goes click. Oh, stupid.
Ring, 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 ring.
I would not recommend either of these two Home Alones. Yeah, not at all. Not fun. It was a definite money grab. There's an NES one. There's a personal computer. There's a Super NES. There's both Sega platforms. There's a Master System, which is the Sega platform. Why does it say different? Game Boy. They put it out for every system. Not one of them's good. There's even a Home Alone for PlayStation 2, I want to say, which is set during the summer and is completely different. So don't even bother with that one.
Could you figure out which house the Wet Bandits were in?
Whichever one their van was parked at. Yeah.
But when you were in another house and all of a sudden, like, I can't remember if it told you that, like, something was happening. You remember in Jason, like, you could look at your map and figure out where Jason was and, like, or where the kids were getting. Like, I couldn't figure out a way to, other than, like, driving around the map in my sled of
that's the only way I know of.
Okay. And I always got there too late. By the time I found them, the house was flooded.
And when they're driving the van, ramming into it with your sled does not hurt them at all.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, I tried that.
Yeah, unrealistic.
Sleds beat vans any day. Kids, ride your sleds in the street.
Literally unplayable.
Oh, man. All right, so we don't recommend this. We do recommend the movie. That was Home Alone. So this is Christmas. And a Happy New Year.
So you're saying
Let's hope it's a good one.
We're now post Malone now.
Yep, we are now post Malone. We are after Home Alone. We are post Malone.
Okay.
So you did get my joke earlier. All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next season or something like that. We are the Tie-ins. I'm Johnny.
I'm Cartel.
I'm Mike.
And I'm a big asshole.
And he has a big asshole, yes. And we just wasted your Christmas.